Good morning. Well, this is a new adventure for all of us. So, what I'd like for you all to do as we start this little bit of a video recording, I am not able to bring to the screen a couple of the text I want to, but one of them's in St. Martin's and one of them is in your sustainability. So if you get this out, you'll be able to look at them as we go along, and I'll try to give you keys to where I am. This is going to be about a 15-minute video, and I want to first talk about our new instructions for the new assignment. I am in our Blackboard's platform, and we're going to Unit 4. It's a summary response. It'll be due next Monday, which is the 3rd in class. And what you're going to do, the first thing you're going to do is read in your Blackboard about what it is. So your assignment for this week is a summary response, and you will read, summarize, and respond to an article in Unit 2 in sustainability. Now, I will tell you what article you will be working in. You don't get to pick on this one. You will read the information about how to do a summary response, and that's what a S/R. Before you begin your assignment, you will follow the instructions and information carefully. I mean, just point by point, class. You don't have to make up or try to go off. Oh, sorry. And you may hear a little bit of spooky music. That's because my grandson decided to do that, so don't pay any attention to that. You will make a works cited page and follow the instructions about using in-text citation. That's the basic thing. Now, I have an attached file that we'll go over, and then read chapters 7 and 8 in St. Martin's. Now, after you read the chapters, I want you to go back to follow 7D and 7E very carefully to write this assignment. And then you have an example on page 134. But the writing there does not identify the essay or article being a summary response. And you all know that you have to identify the idea, the essay, and the main idea, author and author's name and main idea when you start a summary. We did 2 already, and then after that, you get the main idea, talk about the main examples that the author uses to support his main claim, and then you respond and you add your response to it. And then you read, hold on, let me do this. There, that should take care of it. You must also read and follow the attached information. While this came off online, I gave you a link here. And just in case you couldn't, sorry, didn't mean to go quiet. Just in case you can't open the link, you got it copied for you, okay? So you can either go to Control click and it goes to it, or you can just use the Word document. And then here's the assignment, and I want you to both submit it through Blackboard and bring it into a hard copy in class. It's due Monday, October 3rd by 12:30 at class time. You'll submit it through this link. like we did earlier, attach your file. And if you're having problems attaching a file, we'll I think that you need to go, you will have time to go down to the Learning Commons and have one of the instructional specialists let to help you with that. So it will be late if either one is not on time. So you have to have both of them turned in to me by October 3rd. So what I want to do is look, if you all get out your St. Martin's and look at those chapters that we are going to be following. The first chapter, chapter 7, is reading critically. The second one is how to analyze, and that's what you're doing. You're responding, you're analyzing a text. And we'll talk about a specific text in the next video. I can't do that long at one time. So the first thing you need to do is just read it over. Just read both of them and pay attention to it. Then go back and read them very carefully, individual units and individual sections. So I'm not going to read it to you, of course, but I'm going to go over it and talk about how you read a text, an article in your sustainability book, textbook. And we're working in Unit 2 in sustainability right now. So first of all, you're looking at it, the text, in the idea of what you already know, and you preview it. So you look at considering the content, the author, the subject, the genre, and the design. And I'm on page 125 in St. Martin's right now. Where have you encountered the work? Is it in context? Where was it published before? What can you infer from the original or current context? Now, for example, on page 101 in Sustainability, Climate of Denial was published in the 2011 Rolling Stone magazine. And I found it, I am not shopping for shoes, even though that came up, but it came in the Rolling Stones, and this is the original article. It's republished in our book. So ask yourself, what kind of audience does the Rolling Stone magazine have? That's going to be important to know about his intended audience. So if you look at this, I can't highlight it, but the Rolling Stone magazine is traditionally a music and popular culture magazine with political views. I would say trending toward the more liberal reader. Young people who have a lot of information and knowledge about the state of the music world, interested in music, but also have a lot. If you look at politics, you will tell that it's probably more toward the liberal. And we even have another article here that we're not going to respond to, but you can see that follows the idea of Al Gore's article. You also want to know when something is published. And this was published, if you go back to I'm going to get rid of that. Let me get back where I need to be. The Climate of Denial on page 101, if we look at that, you can tell it was published in 2011. course, now it's 2016, it's 5 years old, and you have to ask yourself, knowing something of the basic current events, how has it changed or not changed? Are there very things going on very similar to what was going on then? And ask yourself these questions. Now, one of the requirements of this class is having knowledge of current events. You're not going to be a student who just doesn't know anything what's going on. You're really going to know something about current events, or supposed to. So, you're not going to do any research. Now, that is key, and I'm going to put that in there right now just to make sure that everybody's on the same page. And don't forget, and I don't want to shout. Wait a minute. You can take citations. Wait a minute. Do not want to shout at you. To use, I am shout this word, any outside sources. In this assignment. Now, if you feel the need to pull that up, and I don't want you to, I don't even want you to look at anything else. And let me just highlight that. It's always nice to have something really important highlighted. Let's just use green since we're very green, and bolded. It's not really yelling if you do that. It's more like a gentle reminder. So, how would you find out if this was our assignment to read? At the top of page 101, you'll see there is a little bit of a biography and a little bit about the article. So you found out. Now I've turned to page 126 on St. Martin's. And I'm looking at what purpose do you expect this agenda. So any words that you don't know, if you don't know what the word agenda means exactly, you need to find that, what that is. What do you know about the subject of the text? What opinions? Look at what it is. And here is here on page 127 is a article. No, I'm sorry, is an essay, an assignment, who are previewing an assigned text. They've made notes. They're working together. And what I mean by here, they have answered or made notes. And if you look on page 126, what do you know about it? What does this title? And then go down. What does this title? What's the genre? How's the text presented? So what you do here is just take notes to help you understand something. And this could be a way to look at a history book, article, chapter. It could be used when you study for a psychology test. This could be used any way that you need it, and it's a really good way. So this is not just something that I want you to do because I'm assigning it, but this has a great deal of importance in studying for test. And you can annotate on page 129, highlight, make notes. I've always said that you're not going to get any more money back if you do mark it up or not. And that goes through and it gives examples on page 131 through 130. 131, 130, 130, 131, 132. And there's an exercise. Then you have on page 132 where starts really an important idea. And this is summarizing. Of course, now we've been doing summaries, and I'm not afraid that you won't do that. I'm just reminding you because sounds like a new type of assignment that you started the same way with a summary, with a short summary. This is a I'll tell you that later, just a minute, about the length. I'll write it down. But this assignment, it is a weekly assignment. It should be no longer than 2 pages. It should at least be a page and a half. Okay, so keep your assignment that short. Therefore, that means that your summary should be a shorter section of this assignment than your response. So the summary section should be about a paragraph or 2, and then the response should be at least 2, and preferably 2. Preferably 3 or 4. Because you have more to talk about when you analyze and reflect on and respond to the text. So you have this summary at the beginning, about a paragraph or 2, and then on page 133, 7E, you are going to analyze and reflect on a text. So first you have to understand it, then you have to be able to summarize it, and then you ask yourself these questions. And this will take up the remainder of your assignment. What are the main points of the text? Are they implied or explicitly stated? If you don't know the difference, don't just guess. Look it up. You've got dictionaries, electronic and paper. What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? Now, that's not important unless you say why. Why do you disagree or agree? Surprise, why or why not? All of these points need to be looked at. Now, when you start to write it out after you've answered these questions, so the first thing would be analyzing ideas and examples. You don't have to answer all of these. It's 7E, but you need to answer 2 or 3. Then you answer on the second page, 134, answer those 3. Do the authors or creators achieve their purpose? Why or why not? And why or why not? Why or why, and follow those. That's the end of your response. The example below isn't really good as far as starting it out. Well, why would you start? Reading the first page gives the audience a good overview about what they're about to, and then it goes on and says the authors, but I don't notice the title until I really wouldn't know. So in your case, you will make sure you do just like you've been doing your summaries, okay? And start out with who wrote it and what it is, and then your main ideas. Now I'm going to open this attached file, and we are going to look at it fairly rapidly. And it tells what it is. Whoops. The summary is a concise paraphrase. It just tells the main ideas. First sentence, you know all this. Okay? You do not use quotations in any of this assignment. I'm going to put that on there too. In fact, I'm going to make myself a note to put the length and quotations. I'm doing that right now on a piece of paper to remind myself to put it in your instructions. But the response is a critique or evaluation. It tells the reader what you think about it. It tells a reader what you want to know more. It persuades that what it needs to be. Now here it says it should cite facts, examples, facts you have to quote. I think you can tell what that is without using a direct quotation. Don't use the exact words. So here you have two typical organization formats: intro, summary, agreement, disagreement, conclusion. Hey, that's easy. Then you can do your intro, point, summary, point one. This is the easiest, the first one. So that would be what I would do. This is not wrong. I like the easy. I'm all about easy. Do that. Okay. I'm going to close this little instructional video out, and then I will go on to what the next video.